I've read hundreds of manga chapters and nobody draws cool quite like Tight Kubo. Somehow Bleach can make a character standing completely still feel more exciting than other manga's biggest action scenes. So today I wanted to figure out why. I know proportions is a boring place to start, but I think it's the foundation of Bleach's style. Bleach's characters are semi-realistic, but with slightly longer model-like proportions. That alone makes even simple poses feel effortlessly cool. A character doesn't have to be doing anything impressive. When your characters have attractive proportions, you can get more attractive characters. It's that simple. If you want this look, don't just make your character taller. Keep the head about the same size and extend the legs and torso slightly, and also narrow the waist. It's a subtle change, but it instantly makes a character feel more elegant. I'll be blunt here. The fashion in Bleach walks a very fine line between cool and corny, and somehow, most of the time, it works. I think that's because Kubo understands visual balance. A lot of his designs follow something close to the 70-30 rule. Roughly 70% of the design stays simple and readable, while the remaining 30% provides contrast and visual interest. This is a golden rule that everyone who designs characters follows, not just manga creators. Mayuri is probably the most extreme example. Most of his outfit is actually very simple. The insanity is concentrated around his head and face. Your eye instantly knows where to look. Urahara works the same way. His outfit is relatively plain. Then Kubo adds the striped bucket hat, the diamond patterns, and his constantly shadowed eyes. Those few details become memorable because the rest of the design isn't competing with them. Even Ichigo follows this idea. Early in the story, his design is incredibly simple. He's just a regular teenager thrown into a supernatural world. As the story progresses, his outfits become more complex, but they never lose that balance. When he puts on the hollow mask, that to me is the perfect example of making a cool character. It's not trying too hard. One simple element can completely change the feel of the design. A character's personality plays a huge role in how they look. Every major character has their own unique identity, and that is reflected in their character design. Take Mayuri, for example. His appearance constantly changes, each version's stranger than the last. Without context, you could argue these designs shouldn't work, but they fit his character perfectly. Mayuri is a scientist who constantly experiments on others and himself. His appearance reflects that. He can look ridiculous one second and terrifying the next. His design tells you exactly who he is before he even speaks. And that's true for almost every major Bleach character. You don't need to see their name. You know exactly who you're looking at. When creating the visual identity of your character, keep in mind your character's silhouette. If I filled these characters in with black, you'd still recognize them. The line work in Bleach is very different from Naruto's. Naruto's lines are clean and consistent. Bleach's lines are a little more loose, which makes them feel more expressive. There's also much more variation in line weight. That gives the artwork an effortless feeling, compared to the more rigid and deliberate lines in Naruto. There's a lot of other popular manga that take a similar approach. Think of Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen. Even though all three artists draw differently, they avoid looking overly polished. Bleach's contrast is surprisingly similar to Naruto's. Most backgrounds are extremely light, lots of white space, lots of hatching, and very few large black shapes. Instead, the characters carry most of the contrast: black clothing, thicker lines. This creates a clear visual hierarchy. Your eye immediately knows what's important. And that's important because cool character designs only work if people can actually see them. If everything on the page is screaming for attention, nothing stands out. Bleach understands this better than most manga. After studying Bleach, I don't think there's one secret that makes it cool. I think it's the combination of several simple ideas: stylized proportions, balanced fashion, strong visual identities, expressive line work, and clear contrast. None of these ideas are especially complicated on their own, but together they create a style that feels completely unique. This mixed with the compelling story of Bleach, there's no wonder Bleach is one of the big three.